way to solve a problem. Moreover, various studies show that varying learning methods and materials improve retention and recall of information by students and learners. Transdisciplinary learning helps our teachers to apply various and the most effective teaching methods and thus help students remember their lessons. Transdisciplinary learning offers many advantages compared to the traditional approaches in education. One, students develop divergent thinking and creativity. The modern education system fosters convergent thinking, while means applying a fixed set of rules to arrive to a single solution to the problem. On the other hand, divergent thinking is a more free-flowing process leading to several creative solutions to a single problem. Both divergent and convergent thinking are important, but encouraging only the latter can lead to the loss of creativity and critical thinking, which are the essential skills needed for the 21st century. Students are more meaning in what they have. Many students learn because they are told so by the institution and their teachers and parents. The transdisciplinary approach connects one topic to many subjects, allowing students to understand the topic much deeper, see the connections and realize why they are learning about it. This system also makes it easier for them to remember what they learned. Students are more motivated. The third advantage of interdisciplinary approach connecting a topic to various subjects requires a certain level of creativity from teachers. It makes the lessons more engaging, and our experience shows creates curiosity and motivation in students to discover one topic from different and sometimes even unexpected angles of the subject. Fourth one, students learn a language of a problem. Transdisciplinary learning encourages students to look at one problem under various situations. They learn the versatile nature of a real life situation, develop critical thinking, and understand that there is actually more than one way and more than one right solution to a single problem. This kind of thinking is very appreciated and sought after by many carpenters these days because this interdisciplinary approaches creates new knowledge and makes creation of new knowledge. Students build up confidence. The transdisciplinary approach encourages students to speak up their opinion in classrooms, even though it might be wrong. It helps students build up confidence and make right thinking, create critical thinking, and talk more easily without being afraid of punishment or with bad grades or peer judgment. I think this great conference will discuss and deliberate different aspects of transdisciplinary approach to learning, research, and development. We have a galaxy of excellent academicians, delegates, and young students aspiring to be the future teachers. May this conference produce fruitful and desirable proposals to enrich our thinking capacity, create a critical evaluation, and contributing new knowledge to our subject of deliberation. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
Vision for your blessed address, ignited with intellectual insights. Next, we have the lighting of the lamp by our bishop. I also request all the dignitaries to be closer to the lamp. Dignitaries on the stage and all the participants rise up. Professor Dr. Nathan Burgess, the Member Secretary of the Kerala State Higher Education Council and the former Pro-Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi University, we are going to witness the inaugural address online. Since it's a lengthy one, we will have a small gist of the presentation right now, and the full video will be played in the afternoon.
Good morning. I am once again privileged to associate with the activities of the Council for Teacher Education Foundation, CTE of Kerala, and the International Conference of the CTE has selected an important topic for their conference, namely advanced disciplinary approaches, global trends in education, research and development. So at the very outset, I thank the organizers, and the inaugural session is presided by Dr. Grace Ali Matthews, Chairperson CT of Kerala and the General Convener of the conference, and most Reverend Dr. Joseph Marthoma, Bishop of Bathery Diocese, is also attending the meeting, and Dr. M.S. Geeta, Conference Director, and also Dr. V. Rekhu, who is delivering the memorial lecture on Professor N.P. Pillai, and other foreign dignitaries and resource persons and other participants in the conference. And on behalf of the Advocate Council, at the very outset, I greet all the delegates to this international conference. And about the topic that you have taken is very relevant, and CTEF has been in the forefront of leading meaningful academic discussion in this part of the country. And as I used to say, they have emerged as a major academic platform for discussing various issues related to both the structure and content of higher education in the state, and also the major policy implications of some of the national and the state level policies. So it's a very vibrant academic initiative that is being carried on by this CTF, and this CTF is actually blessed by a team of very dedicated teachers, and I have not seen so much of enthusiasm among other similar organizations. So teacher education in Kerala can be proud of this forum, CTEF, for conducting programs, popularizing innovative ideas, and also creating an academic climate for quality teaching and learning in the state of Kerala, especially in the teacher education colleges and institutions in the state. And about the topic, I would like to bring to your attention some of the global trends. The most important thing is that today we speak of what is called knowledge economy, or it's another name for techno-capitalism. It's one of the highest levels of development of market economy of the global capitalism. Unlike the past industrial revolutions, which created mass production and mass marketing. The new type of market economy, it runs through huge research establishments in science tech hybrid field for production and exchange of intellectual property and patents. They are the most potential source of accumulation. These intellectual property rights and the patents, they have emerged as the most potential source of accumulation today. They are organized into corporations. Techno-capitalists, they have built up such experimentalist research establishments the world over, engaging thousands of scientists and engineers in high-power computing and software designing for this purpose. It involves appropriation of technical or scientific knowledge from the youth for the production of patentable intellectual property. Transacting patents and intellectual property, they accumulate billions of dollars. Similarly, sales and purchase of multimedia software packages help accumulate huge sums of capital. This means that owning and controlling knowledge, not as the basis of commodity production, but as commodity itself and as the source of intellectual property. And this is sometimes also referred to as the intangible asset. So intangible assets account for as much as 4/5 of the total value of current products and services all over the world. So knowledge works both as commodity and capital. In the world today, that is called in the global economy today. So commoditization of knowledge makes creativity an independent economic entity, and it actually separates the users of knowledge from the authors of this knowledge. And corporate laboratories are exploring micro-universe of proteins, their dynamics through X-ray crystallography, high-field NMR spectroscopy, and technologies and automated methods. So their researches are mostly in the latest science tech hybrid areas like genomics, biopharmacology, biomedicine, synthetic bioengineering, bioinformatics, robotics, nanotech sensors, and transmitters. So tens of millions of dollars for intellectual property in hand and patents in pipeline, techno-capitalists will flourish. They are the wealthiest and the most powerful corporations that exert unprecedented influence on the contemporary world. So the world has changed, and today what is referred to as techno-capitalism, or it is in a different way we used to call it as the knowledge economy. This knowledge economy is actually controlled by big corporates all over the world because they have in possession their knowledge, their patents and intellectual property rights. So in this context, the role of universities and academic institutions are fast changing. Universities will have to put up academic resistance through teaching and research, seeking to unveil the consequences of this monopoly or over knowledge or oligopolistic knowledge industry. They should endeavor to attract students to problems of local societies, awaiting sustainable solutions. It is extremely important to develop life-related academic activities sufficient to entrench our higher education institutions' social base. So we have to develop the social base of our higher education institutions to provide sustainable solutions to our local needs. And the COVID pandemic and its impact is not likely to bring about any systematic change in the global economy. But it's a new form of capitalism that is emerging. And the situation has created a new demand for online teaching and learning also. It has given a big impetus to online technology to generate a variety of teaching learning tools with innovative additions. Every day, new tools and apps are coming up claiming capacity to enhance teachers' efficiency in quick mobilization and effective delivery of knowledge.
The full video presentation will be put in the afternoon. Because of the paucity of time, we are moving to the next presentation. Every person has two educations, one which they receive from others, and one which they give to themselves. Professor Mac, Dr. Bridget Phillips, is a professor at Burgenland University of Applied Sciences, Austria. In addition to her PhD in Education Sciences and Masters in Transcultural Communication, she is also a certified systemic coach, a training which she draws upon to help her learners start to understand and engage critically with their own cultural and identity assumptions. Let's listen to this keynote address online. As the same with the earlier one, this is also a lengthy presentation. A small gist will be presented here, and a full video will play in the afternoon.
Hello, warm greetings from Austria. It's a great pleasure to join you here today from halfway around the world, and I would like to thank the organizers for inviting me to give this keynote address. Now, in my talk today, I would like to talk about the future of higher education, particularly the paradigm shift towards education for sustainable development. A few months ago, the University of Barcelona made headlines around the world when, after a 7-day sitting, climate activists managed to get all 14,000 students and 6,000 university employees to take a mandatory module on the climate crisis. In other words, not only those who are studying one of the booming courses or degree programs in sustainability, but all the students and the entire university staff have to attend these courses now. To my knowledge, and based on the research of various journalists, this is the first time that this ever happened. And it shows us that education for sustainable development has finally reached public consciousness. And this is what my talk is going to be about today. I'm going to address two main points today. First, I'm going to look at the goals of education for sustainable development. And secondly, I would like to take a peek at its underlying pedagogical principles. So, what are the goals of education for sustainable development? In a nutshell, it's all about empowering people to participate in the social design processes for sustainable development. And when we talk about sustainability, we're always talking about overcoming the major global challenges, the so-called grand challenges. And they concern three major areas: the economy, society, and the environment. Now, most people, when they hear the term sustainability, they immediately think of the environment, and they often forget the other two aspects. They're also very important. Now, let's take a look at the grand challenges. What exactly are those? I'm just going to outline them briefly with pictures without really going into much detail. Of course, one of the most pressing challenges at the moment, at the time, is the climate crisis. But there's also an increase in world population. And we have massive problems with garbage and sewage. and feeding the growing world population with sustainable food. And let's not forget sustainable energy supply, or the ever-increasing scarcity of resources, or global soil losses from soil erosion or sealing by roads and building development. And then there's the loss of biodiversity. Between 100 and 150 species are becoming extinct worldwide every single day. And let's not forget the increasing anthropogenic greenhouse gas emissions, but also growing poverty, which was fueled once again by the COVID pandemic, which has increased poverty and inequality worldwide, and rising migration trends around the world, an increasing destabilization of the global growth-oriented economy and financial markets. Another grand challenge of today's time is the increasing de-democratization that we're seeing around the world. And not to mention the ongoing wars. Now, to meet these major global challenges, or the grand challenges as they're called, what we need is the great transformation. Now, this term has been on everyone's lips since its introduction by the German Advisory Council on Global Change in 2011. And the Great Transformation describes a massive ecological, technological, economic, institutional, and cultural transformation. And in the sustainability debate, this also includes the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. Now, the goals of education for sustainable development are closely linked to the 17 SDGs of the United Nations. And not only is education for sustainable development closely linked to the SDGs, it's also explicitly part of SDG 4, that is quality education. For example, the subparagraph 4.7 states that to ensure inclusive, equitable, quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Specifically, SDG 4 states that by 2030, we have to ensure that all learners acquire the knowledge and skills needed to promote sustainable development, including, among others, through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyles, human rights, gender equality, promotion of a culture of peace and nonviolence, global citizenship, and appreciation of cultural diversity, and of culture's contribution to sustainable development. Now, this does not mean that education for sustainable development is only important for SDG 4, but it's of course important for all the other 16 as well. Now, education for sustainable development is not a new concept, and especially in the discourse of educational science, sustainable development has been discussed for more than 30 years. Leading the discussion is also is the UNESCO, which has been working for many, many years to ensure that education for sustainable development is structurally anchored in all areas of education, from kindergarten to adult education, and most recently with this program here, Education for Sustainable Development towards achieving the SDGs. Unfortunately, we are still miles away from this, and even if awareness about education for sustainable development is on the rise because of the great challenges that we're currently facing, there is still a lot of room for improvement. If we now look at the goals of education for sustainable development in concrete terms, the international literature lists a number of competencies which basically are the goal of ESD, of Education for Sustainable Development. Now let's take a close look at what those competencies are. So essentially, if we take a look at the international discourse, we can see there are 8 central competencies, core competencies, I guess. I mean, there's obviously more, but we can summarize these under these 8. So the first one is the competence for network thinking, which is basically the ability to recognize connections, to analyze complex systems, and to also be able to deal with uncertainties. The second one is the ability or the competence to be able to think ahead, to have a vision of the future. So in other words, the ability to understand and to imagine possible future scenarios and to assess or to evaluate the consequences of our actions today. And also to deal with the risks and changes that are, that lie ahead of us. The third competence is a normative competence, which essentially is the ability to understand and to reflect on the norms and values that underlie our behavior. The fourth competence is a strategic competence, which is the ability to develop and to implement innovative actions that further develop sustainability at the local level, but also beyond the local level. The fifth one is a collaborative competence, in other words, the ability to work with other people, to collaborate with others, to learn from others, the willingness to learn from others, which also includes empathy skills, to be able to understand and respect the needs and the perspectives and the actions of other people. The ability to deal with conflict falls in that competence as well, and to facilitate collaborative and participatory problem solving, for example. Another one is critical thinking competence, which is the ability to question norms, to question practices, to question opinions that we have, to have the ability to reflect on our own frames of reference, our own values and perceptions and actions, and also to take a position in the sustainability discourse, to have an opinion. Yeah? The seventh one is self-competence, which essentially is the ability to reflect on our role in the local community and also the larger global society. To never stop to evaluate our own actions, to look at our motives, and to deal with our own feelings and desires that drive our actions. And finally, the last one is an integrated problem-solving competence.
Since we are running short of time, this full video will be presented in the afternoon. Kindly excuse. A teacher is like a lighthouse, one who guides us in our deepest darkness and provides direction when we are lost in our own ways. We are going to listen to a memorial lecture, and this will be presented, a brief of this will be presented by Dr. V.M. Shashikumar, who is the zonal chairperson of CT of India and the president of SEED India. And the memorial lecture is on Professor N.P. Pillai. Welcome you, sir.
Reverend Dr. Joseph Mar Thomas, Bishop of Bathery, and Global President of the National Association of Researchers of Indian Origin, and Patron of CTEF Kerala, Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, Chairperson, CTF Kerala, and former Principal, Peak Memorial Training Order, other officials of CTE, SEEM, and dear delegates and students. Actually, it is an opportunity to me to deliver a few words to remember, so to say, remember legend Guru Dr. N.P. This presentation was entrusted to Dr. V. Deku due to some unexpected incident he has to attend, so it is vested on me. St. Vibhada Memorial Lecture started since the first convention of CTE, Kerala
in 2002, and from there onwards, every year it will be delivered by his students or well-wishers. Accidentally, it happened to me to deliver. To speak a few words on this legendary teacher educator, Professor Dr. K.B. As Professor Dr. P.S. Kumar as a former Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi University has rightly remarked, Professor M.B. Pillai is the father figure of teacher education in India. Yes, true. He is father figure of teacher education in India. I would like to present a glimpses of Dr. N.B. Pillai. Dr. N.B. Pillai, the veteran educationist, was born at Eraniya, presently in the Nagercoil district of Tamil Nadu, on 7th July, on 26th July 1912. Finishing his early education, he took his BA honors from Madras University with a distinction and secured gold medal. After taking the LT degree from Travancore University with flying colors, he took his PhD in education from Birmingham University, United Kingdom. In addition to Dr. Pillai had also Dr. Pillai had also secured diplomas in methods of historical research, industrial philosophy, vocational guidance, educational measurement, etc. He had also associated with himself with the universities of Chicago, Harvard, Princeton, and Stanford. Dr. Pillai was awarded the prestigious George Godbury Prize of Birmingham University for his PhD thesis, Educational Ideas of Mahatma Gandhi. Being a triple gold medalist for his BA honors, Dr. Pillai must have got any comfortable administrative post in Travancore, but he opted for the teaching profession and started his career as a high school teacher. But he did not stop there. Acquiring higher qualifications, he becoming the professor and head of the Department of Education, University of Kerala, syndicate member of Kerala University, chairman, State Advisory Board, member, Presidium of Canford, and director, State Resource Center. In 1968, he was offered the post of educational expert in the University of Philippines by the UNESCO. Dr. Pillai was instrumental in organizing many national conferences, seminars, and actively participated in his international forum convened at Afghanistan, Burma, Indonesia, Malaysia, Nepal, China, Singapore, and Sri Lanka. During his time, he was much sought after educationist both at the national and international levels. He was also vice chairman of Bharat Seva Samaj, chairman of Child Welfare Council, and chairman of Center for Educational Research, Innovation and Development. The starting of the Forum of Educational Research and Training Kerala, in abbreviation, first, and its publication Kerala Journal of Education were at his initiative. The pedagogies used in teacher education institutions should be drastically altered to use the best procedure professionally available with the facilities for demonstrating the ideal practice through CDs or other ways. And all the methodologies students should be required to the use of their own special areas. The general orientation to methods and strategies used in their subjects. Sorry. The great educationist was much interested in educational research. More than a dozen of PhD he has produced covering different areas of education. Further, he developed the Department of Education, University of Kerala, as an effective launching pad for followers to carry on with their work. He was active in Indian Association of Teacher Education, All Indian Federation of Educational Association, World Confederation of Teaching Profession, and International Association of Education for World Peace, UGC, NCRT, and NEPA. Always received his opinions with great regard and respect. A known Gandhian, Dr. Pillai has also associated with himself with Kerala Gandhi Smaranidhi and Kerala Hindi Presence. Dr. Pillai was an all-rounder and could sing and dance and play musical instruments. His pleasing manners and stout, short physique kept his memories alive. With anyone who happened to come in contact with him, so uh, kept his memories alive with anyone who happened to come in contact with him. It may not be strange coincidence that historical innings came to an end on the early hours of 5th September 1984, a Teachers' Day. No monument can surpass what this most dynamic teacher education is. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for presenting the memorial lecture on the life and teachings of Professor N.B. Pillai. A teacher is a compass that activates the magnets of curiosity, knowledge, and wisdom in his pupils. Professor K. Shivarajan, the former Dean, Head of the Department, Faculty of Education, University of Calicut, is here with another memorial lecture on Professor K. S. Pillai. I invite you, sir, for delivering your presentation.
Most Reverend Dr. Joseph R. Thomas, Bishop of Bathery and Patron of Council for Teacher Education Federation. Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, Chairperson, CTEF. Dr. V.M. Shashikumar, National Vice President of CTEF. Dr. Rajesh D, General Secretary, CTEF. Dr. M.S. Geeta, Conference Director. Dr. V. Anil Kumar, Principal, Marble Training College, Sulthan Bathery. Dr. T.K. Matthew, Principal, Marthoma Teachers Training College, Rani. Dr. Sunil, Assistant Professor. Dr. Anil Kumar, Principal, Devagirma Memorial Training College. Dr. Nimmi Maria Woman, Assistant Professor, HS Second College, Tiruvalla. Dignitaries of the dais, respected teachers of Marble Training College,
my dear students, Dr. Pillai was not only my teacher but also my guide, motivator, mentor, and role model. His tall figure, smiling face, and pleasing manners are still fresh in my mind. Dr. Pillai was the embodiment of rare human qualities. He was a teacher educator, a researcher, research guide, social worker, organizer, writer, and orator. The present memorial lecture is a token of my love, affection, and tribute to him. Dr. Pillai was born in 1935 at Kadamur, a remote village in Kollam district. He started his career as a school teacher in 1954 at the age of 19. He has a record of excellent service as lecturer and reader, Department of Education, Professor cum Director of the Center for Continuing Education and Extension Services, Population Education Resource Center, University of Kerala. In whatever fields he worked, he left his own imprint there. He was a meticulous researcher and 35 candidates secured PhD under his supervision. He authored more than 75 books on education, both in English and Malayalam, and has published more than 200 research articles in national and international journals. He was also the editor of some of the reputed Malayalam and English journals. As a widely traveled person, he visited many countries in the world in connection with educational activities. He was instrumental in starting a Center for Adult Continuing Education and Extension, CACE, and Population Education Resource Center, PERC, and Literacy Forum in the University of Kerala. Dr. Pillai was closely associated with Kerala Granthasala Sangam. Later he joined his hands with Mr. P.N. Panikar, P.T. Bhaskara Panikar, and Dr. N.B. Pillai, and founded Kerala Association for Non-Formal Education and Development, CANFED. He played a crucial role in bringing financial assistance from German Adult Education Association for the smooth functioning of CANFED. He initiated steps to start the State Resource Center SRC in CANFED with the approval and financial support of Government of India. He started Kerala chapters of Indian Adult Education Association, IAEA, and International Association of Educators for World Peace, IAEW. The Council for Teacher Education Foundation, CTEF, Kerala State Center was established in 2001 under the eminent leadership of Dr. Keshudas Pillai. Dr. Pillai was the recipient of many national and international awards for his meritorious service in the field of education, such as Nehru Literacy Award in 1994, Universal Peace Award in 1994, Rotary Award in 1994, Albert Schweitzer Humanitarian Award in 2001, and Sardar Patel International Literacy Award 2002. He was instrumental behind Akshara Keralam Total Literacy Project, securing Kerala the Krupskaya Award in 1995. Dr. Pillai obtained a respectable place in the minds of the students through his remarkable contribution to the student community. Dr. Pillai's role in the field of teaching, research, and extension is commendable. He is a role model for teachers and teacher educators. Dr. Pillai was a renowned expert in the field of formal education, non-formal education, adult education, teacher education, population education, and peace education. In those days, these subjects were various disciplines as independent and separate components of learning. Then the interdisciplinary approach came into existence and later gave way to multidisciplinary approach. But Dr. Shivadasan Pillai introduced a change in the thinking about the study of these disciplines and research, challenging the division and of academic labor into traditional disciplines. This transdisciplinary approach challenges and changes the entire framework of disciplinary thinking. This created an intellectual framework beyond the disciplinary perspectives. He developed divergent thinking among his students. Hence, his contribution to the transdisciplinary approach, which is the global trend in education, research and development, is commendable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful presentation. The price of success is hard work. The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job we adhere, and the determination we uphold. Next, we have the most awaited moment of this inaugural program, an exhilaration that keeps us all motivated to strive for a better tomorrow, the award presentation ceremony. This session would be a memorable one as we recognize and embark the determination and perseverance put forward by all our achievers. One positive action combined with positive thinking results in success as a whole. I invite Dr. K. Rajeshwari, former Principal of Government Government College of Teacher Education, Thrissur, that is the Institute of Advanced Studies in Education, and the General and Organizing Secretary of CTF, and Dr. K. Anwar, the Treasurer of CTF and the Principal of the Center for Professional and Advanced Studies, CT Kerala, to officiate the session of awarding the CTF awards. Over to you, Rajeshwari ma'am and Anwar sir.
Thank you to the most respected chairperson of this session, my beloved teacher, Dr. B. Most Reverend Bishop of Sulthan Bathery, Dr. Joseph Mar Thomas, Dr. B. H. Kumar sir, convener the board of this conference and the principal of this college, Dr. Anil Kumar, and all other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. This is a very wonderful and the most significant session of today, especially more for we all know that transdisciplinary teaching moves beyond just teaching across disciplines. And again, many of today's global problems are too complex to be solved by one specialized discipline. The multifaceted problems they require transdisciplinarity, and transdisciplinarity requires innovation, cooperation, and intentionality. In all, for all, if we are having all these skills, then we are able to solve the present day complex problems. So there lies the significance of instituting awards by CTF Kerala. CTF has instituted awards to inspire and empower teacher educators in order to improve quality education. The main awards instituted by CTF are CTF Kerala are Dr. K. Siddhasan Pillai Memorial Award for Academic Excellence, which comprises of ₹10,000 and certificate. And Dr. K. Somel Memorial Award for the Teacher Educator of the Year, which comprises of ₹5,000 and certificate. Then award for the Inspiring Teacher Educator, introduced by Vinyan International, and it is actually sponsored by Dr. Satchandra Raj. Award for Administration and Management, and it is sponsored by Dr. B. Sudesh, which comprises of citation and certificate. Award for the Most Committed Teacher Educator of Extension Work, sponsored by Dr. D.K. Matthew, comprises of citation and certificate. Award for Talented Writer in Teacher Education, sponsored by Professor Dr. K. Nagarajan, citation and certificate. Dr. K.R. Shivadatsan Memorial Award for Innovative Researcher, and it also comprises of citation and certificate, and then award for the teacher educator at DLED level, again sponsored by Vinyan Foundation by the former chairperson Dr. C.P. Srikandan Nair sir. And finally, the institutional award, that is Dr. N.B. Joshi Memorial Award for the Institutional Excellence, which comprises of a Memorial Trophy. In addition to these awards, we have Dr. N. Vedavati Manuel Memorial Award for the Best Paper Presentation, which comprises memento and certificate, and Dr. Sutish Memorial Award for the Innovative Research Paper Presentation, which comprises of ₹2,000 and certificate. And that is sponsored by Education University of Calicut. In addition to that, we are honoring PhD awardees with a memento every year. So this year, the announcement of the award. Before announcing the award, we have to thank the award committee, the committee chairman, Dr. Malini PM. She is now the professor of Chinmaya Vishwavidyalaya, Dean to be University, and former principal of NSS Training College, Pantal. And our committee comprises of Professor Jacob Matthew, sir, Dr. D.R. Shashi Kumar, sir, then Dr. G. Balastella, Dr. Anila Shaku, Dr. Nini Media Women, and the ex officio, that is our chairperson, General Secretary of CDF Kerala, and the treasurer. First of all, I thank all the committee members, especially the chairman of the award committee, for their hectic work of selecting very pertinent awardees. And now, the awards. In the memory of veteran teacher educator and the founder president of CTF Kerala, CTF Kerala has instituted a national award, that is Dr. T. Shivadasan Pillai Memorial National Award for Academic Excellence. This year, the award goes to the most reverend Bishop of Sulthan Bathery, Dr. Joseph. Congratulations, Sidani. I am not, actually, I don't know whether I am able to congratulate you. Anyhow, congratulations, Sidani. And now I invite Dr. Anwar, the treasurer of CTEF, to read the citation. Anwar.
Respected dignitaries on the days and off the days, dear teachers and my dear students, my duty is to read the biodata of His Excellency. Read the citation. His Excellency, Most Honorable Dr. Joseph Mar Thomas was born in Vadasirikala, 20th April 1952, to late Mr. J.C. Thomas and Mr. Sama Thomas. He had his primary education in Government Elementary School, Vadasirikala, and completed his schooling at Vadasirikala High School. Had his schooling in Kerala and got his degree in economics from Fatima Mother College, Kollam. He is a member of many government organizations like the CMAT, the CRT, and the NGOs, and is a member of many editorial boards. Debut in 1998, he contested Kerala University Senate election as an independent candidate and became Senate member, securing a huge majority of votes from college teachers' constituency in 1999. He became the member of Board of Studies of Education and faculty member of Education in University of Kerala. In the year 2000, he has appointed as a member of School Curriculum Committee held by Education Minister, Government of Kerala. He worked as NCT South Zone Expert Committee member, Bangalore, and Vice President of Council for Teacher University, Kerala Chapter, Malakira Catechism Textbook Committee Chairman, and Committee member of the Principals Council of Kerala. Moreover, he served as a consultant member of New York State Board of Education, USA, in his various capacities as a theologian, priest, economist, educator, and professor. Dr. Mark Thomas has been writing for the print media. He has published several research articles on various subjects in economics and education in recently published books. Reverend Dr. Joseph Marthamas was visited several countries, namely Egypt, Jordan, Israel, Palestine, Italy, UAE, Qatar, Germany, Switzerland, Belgium, Austria, Britain, North America, Romania, Netherlands, Ireland, Malta, Mexico, Canada, for pastoral and many and attending international seminars. Dr. Joseph Marthamas organizes several national and international seminars and attended more than 100 seminars of the same. He is the research head of University of Kerala, and at present 6 students are conducting research leading to PhD under him. He is serving as the education consultant of several regional, national, and international institutions. Dr. Joseph Marthamas is a member of CBCA, ACBC, and MCBC. He is a Synodal Commission Chairman of Education of Malakara Catholic Church. He was Chairman of Women's Commission, Vice Chairman of Laity Commission, Family Commission, and Media Commission of Kerala Catholic Bishop Council. Again, he serves as the International President of Area Association of International Researchers of Indian Origin, USA, and President of Council for Teacher Education Kerala Chapter, and International Spiritual Director of Knights of St. John, USA. At present, His Excellency is serving the Youth Commission Chairman KCYM of KCBC, Education Commission Chairman of Malangara Catholic Church, and Global President of ARU. Educational qualifications: Bachelor of Degree in Philosophy, Bachelor of Degree in Theology, Bachelor of Degree in Education, Bachelor of Degree in Economics, Master's Degree in Economics, Master in Education, MA, Doctor Economics of Education, PhD, Diploma in Agriculture Counseling, teaching experience 23 years, and 10 years principal, present the manager of Parshiraj Arts and Science College, Tulpalli, manager of Bathery's College of Teacher Education, Bathery, Education Commission Chairman of MCCE Church, International President, ARU Association of International Researchers in Northeast New York, 2007 onwards, CBCA member, Governor of Council of Teacher Education, Kerala Chapter, and manager of Educational Institution, Diocese of Bathery, Chairman of Shreyas Social Service Society, Diocese of Bathery, Governor of Council for Teacher Education, Kerala Chapter, Synodal Commission member, MCC Church, International Spiritual Director, and Knights of St. John, USA, 2005 onwards, the manager of Gurudeva Arts and Science College, Madan Kannur, manager of Alfonsa Arts and Science College, Bathery, Wayanad, manager of Fatima Arts and Science College, Mutela, Malappuram, Bishop of Diocese of Bathery, consultancy services, Malakara Catholic and Higher Education Institutions, consultancy to Migrant Mission, USA, Canada, Europe, Britain, and Ireland, and Gulf countries, career guidance and consultancy to NGOs, consultancy of research leading to PhD, MPhil, MD, consultancy to different teacher education organizations, Armenia International Schools. He has been part of international seminars in New York, London, Germany, Juventus, and Bangalore. His religious and education leadership are in many phases. ACDC Secretary General 2019 onwards has been Malangara Catholic Synodal Commission for Education Chairman 10 years in the member of Council for Teacher Education Kerala Chapter and manager of Education Institution Diocese of Bathery, 6 colleges and 50 schools and 2 DED schools. Director of Mark Director of Mark Gregorius Knowledge Center Bathery, former manager of Diva School, Kollam, local manager of St. Mary's School, Pattam, Sarvodaya School, Nalanjara, St. John's School, Nalanjara, principal of Martha's Training, Martha's College of Teacher Education, Juventus, economics professor of Mark Evanis College, Juventus, manager of Parshiraj College of Tulpalli, Gurudeva Arts and Science College, Madir, Alfonsa College, Bathery, Fatima College, Nirapur, etc. College principal of 10 years and his research leadership include Kerala University Research Gate 1998 onwards. Research publication and research articles, research based evaluation. He is a part of many government organizations, NCT, SCRT, NET, and Education and Economic Experts, School Curriculum Committee, Ayurvedic College Committee, member, etc. The name of few, New York and abroad. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
We are actually blessed with such a wonderful and resourceful uh, person, and your presence, we are actually very much blessed. So here I request with our Reverend Joseph Mar Thomas to receive the award, and I invite the chairman, CPF chairman, Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, to give away the award. I request Grace Annie teacher to honor our bishop with the Wayanad. Thank you, teacher, and congratulations, Vidavai. Please be seated. The next award, Dr. Tish Soul Memorial Award for the Teacher Educator of the Year 2022. This year, it goes to Dr. Sister Alice Joseph, Principal, St. Joseph's Training College, Teacher Education for Women, Ernakulam. Congratulations, sister, and I invite Dr. Alice Joseph, sister, to receive the award. And I request our most reverend Bishop, Dr. Joseph Mar Thomas, to give away the award. The award comprises of a citation and cash amount of rupees 5,000 and also a certificate. Congratulations, sister. Thank you, Ilavi. The next award goes to the Dr. Mariama Matthew, the award for administration and management. The best administrator and management of the year 2022. And again, I request Ilavi for giving away the awards. Mariama Matthew is the principal of Peak Memorial Training College, Pamela. Congratulations, Dr. Mariama Matthew. The award comprises of citation certificate and cash award of ₹5,000. Sorry, no cash award. The next, Dr. Sivadasan Memorial Award for Innovative Researcher, and it goes to Dr. Isaac Paul, Associate Professor, Government College of Teacher Education, Tiruvallur. Congratulations, I request Ilavi for giving away the award. The award comprises of a citation and certificate. best award for education and management of the year 2022. It goes to Anis Muhammad of Dr. Anis Muhammad of Farouk Training College, Koilur. I invite Dr. Anis Muhammad for receiving the award from Dr. Bishop, Reverend Father Joseph Marthomas. It is comprising of citation and certificate. Congratulations. The next award, the Inspiring Teacher Educator of the Year 2022, it goes to none other than Dr. Pramod Dinagar, Assistant Professor, Himaya Vishwavidyalaya, Vishwavidya in Deep University, Ernakulam. Congratulations, Pradeep. Thank you, the next award goes to Dr. Naisel A, the Teacher Educator, Government Institute of Teacher Education, Alappuzha. The award was sponsored by Vignan, and the award is the Best Teacher Educator of the Year 2022 at 2011 level. Congratulations and thank you, Sudhani. And the next award, it was instituted by by the students of Dr. N.V. Joshi, instituted by CPF, sponsored by the students of N.V. Joshi, sir. So, the Dr. N.V. Joshi Memorial Award for Institutional Excellence of the Year 2022 goes to the Government College of Teacher Education, Kozhikode. I invite the principal of the college, Dr. Rahul C.K., and all the faculty members to receive the award. Congratulations to the college for your sincere efforts and hard work. Now the special awards. Now comes the special award. CPF has instituted special award. A special award given away by CPF Kerala during the year 2021-22. That is COVID Karma Sreksha Awards. One for institution and another for individual. This actually for serving the public during the COVID period. It may be in the form of empowering teacher educators, teachers, and students, contributing their services to the people who are suffering from disease during COVID-19 pandemic period. And it is in the form of charity or other social services. One more thing, the award is sponsored by our beloved chairperson, Dr. Grace Annie Matthews. And the most important thing, the award goes to the COVID Karma Sreksha Award individual goes to Dr. K.S. Rajan, Associate Professor, MSS Training College, Kathapalem. Congratulations, Dr. K.S. Rajan. Sarvasreshta Institution. Congratulations to SNR Training College. Congratulations to the principal and all the faculty members, students of SNR Training College, Sulthan. Thank you, David. Again, congratulations once again to all award winners. And also, David, congratulations. And also, thank you for taking away the awards. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am, for joining the session. And congratulations to all the award winners. I now invite Dr. M.S. Gita, Conference Director and Vice Chairperson of CTEF, to officiate the session of announcing the CTEF India South Zone Awards. Over to you, ma'am.
This is the time for distributing the CTEF South Zone India National Award. The Council for Teacher Education Foundation, CTEF India, one of the prime teacher education institutions in India, was established in the year 1985 with the objective of empowering the teacher education in the country. At present, it has more than 8,000 live members all over India, spreading its wings in 4 zones, namely CTEF North, South, East, and West. The CTEF Kerala chapter is one of the segments in the South. Here, you are going to witness a venture initiated by CTEF South Zone. Dr. V.M. Shashikumar is the zonal chairman of CTEF South Zone. He is instrumental in starting a few awards for the outstanding teacher educators in our country in different categories. So, with the support of a few stalwarts in the education field, he commenced this venture in 2018. 17 onwards to recognize and appreciate the valuable contributions of its members at national and international level. Since we have no time to lose, I am starting. 2 awards were constituted in the beginning with the support of well-wishers and sponsors. Later, the committee have identified several areas and decided to give appropriate titles for various awards to motivate the young academician. Out of the 9 declared awards during the year 2022-23, 5 were distributed during the international conference at Ayyappa College for Women, Tamil Nadu in October 2022. The rest of the awards we are distributing here are National Award for Accomplished Teacher Educator and Teacher, then National Award for Acclaimed Extension Educator, and National Award for Emerging Teacher Educator, and National Award for Blooming Teacher Educator. And the award committee comprises of Dr. V.M. Shashikumar, Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, Dr. K. Sivarajan, Dr. M.S. Geeta, Dr. Shandy Anthony from Bangalore, and Dr. D.V. Maria Uman. I will name the title of the awards one by one and name of the person who has to receive it. Kindly come to the stage and accept the awards. There are 2 awards for the National Accomplished Teacher Educator / Teacher in the field of education. This year, 2 awards are given, one for Accomplished Teacher Educator and one for Accomplished Teacher. And the sponsors of this award are Dr. Nidhi Maria Uman, Associate Professor of Second Teachers College, Tiruvalla, and Dr. Jesa M, Associate Professor, Farooq Training College, Kozhikode. And both awards are instituted in memory of their fathers. This year, this award goes to, that is, Accomplished Teacher Educator. Award goes to Dr. Madhubala Jayachandran, Principal of Hindu Pradhana Sabha, Wayanad, Wayanad. Madhubala, please come over the stage. I invite the Reverend Bishop to hand over the award. She is a teacher and teacher educator with more than 25 years of experience. Now she has been doing a lot of programs in the extended education field also. Dr. Wayanad received the award from our beloved Bishop, Dr. Reverend Sulthan. Next is Dr. Pradeesha Dixit. She is the principal of Springfield Public School, Madhava, Uttar Pradesh, and the title of the award is Accomplished Teacher, National Award for the Accomplished Teacher. Please, Dr. V.M. Shishikumaar, hand over the award to Pradeesha Dixit. Dr. V.M. Shishikumaar, former chairman of CGPM, South Zone. Since they are from North India, and since they are going to their residence today itself, we distribute one more memento to Pradeesha Dixit, the PhD award also. We are supposed to distribute the PhD awards tomorrow only. Okay, next award, National Award for Emerging Teachers Educator 2022, Dr. P.B. Kavya Kishore, Army Teachers College IAC Research Center in Education, Bangalore, bags this award. He is a researcher, research guide, and an associate professor in the field of education. I invite you, sir, to receive the award from our beloved bishop. Next comes the award for National Award for Blooming Teacher Educator, and it goes to Dr. Pooja Walia, Associate Professor, Department of Education, Mizoram University. This award was supposed to be issued last year, but since it was COVID time, she couldn't turn up for receiving the award last year. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for beholding the session, and congratulations to all the award winners. Education is not the filling of a pot, but the lighting of a fire. Dr. Mimi Maria Woman, Associate Professor of Teacher Education, Title Second Teachers College, Tiruvalla, Conference Coordinator of CTEF, and the Publication Secretary of CTEF. I invite Dr. Mimi Maria Woman to officiate the session of releasing the newsletter books for the event. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Paul. Respected dignitaries on the dais and dear participants, greetings to all. Any journey through education has always been exciting and exploring. Many of the fields of education are explored only at a peripheral level. As teacher educators, we are the strength of the present generation, but our acquisition of knowledge should become the hope of future of our students. This is the reason that all teachers at multifacets level of education need to be empowered to brighten the young minds. With this understanding, the Council for Teacher Education Foundation ignited its academic mission of publishing books. Today we are going to witness the splendid release of 5 of the books, one of which is the signature publication of CTF 2 authored by our respected chairperson Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, and one by the prominent member of CTF Dr. Bathery, and one by the Secretary of CTF Dr. Pradeesha Dixit. Let's traverse through these 5 books. The book titled Insightful Researches in Education is a scholastic initiative to fulfill this mission of promoting research. The book covers 26 research studies comprising of 12 survey research and 14 experimental studies. The chief editor of the book is Dr. M.S. Geeta, the former Dean Faculty of Education, University of Kerala, and the former Principal, Government College of Teacher Education, Thiruvananthapuram and Thalassery, is a vibrant and highly intellectual academic personality as the one who spearheaded this mission, supported by a team of scholarly academicians constituting the editorial board. The managing editor, Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, project editor, Dr. K. Rajeshwari, associate editors, Professor Dr. Bindu Siyar, Dr. Malini P.M., Dr. Vijay Kumari K., Professor Dr. Asha J.V., Dr. Nivya Maria Ahmed. With great reverence, I invite our respected bishop to release the book, and I also invite the principal of our Basilius College, Dr. V. Anil Kumar, to receive the first copy. It's a very proud moment for the CTF fraternity. Next, we have the release of 2 books simultaneously. The author of these 2 books is Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, the chairperson of Council for Teacher Education Foundation, Kerala chapter. As an acclaimed educationist, administrator, and pinnacle of excellence, Madam served in a variety of prestigious academic positions and professional bodies. Above all, she is the guiding light and torchbearer of CTF. The book is titled as Leadership Models in Education, Vision for the Future. The book is about leadership types, styles, leadership and management. The book also covers the role models in leadership who influenced the author during her career. I respectfully invite our bishop to release the book, and I also invite Dr. Sarana Chandi to receive the first copy. Former principal, served in the college of University. The next book has a specialty. The language is Malayalam, exclusively for school students, titled as Manasika Arogyam Mulyaboodham 21ാം നൂറ്റാണ്ടിൽ, is written with the focus of addressing the current social situation of the world. I once again invite our bishop to launch the book, and I also invite Dr. Sandy Daniel, former principal, Mount Bathery College, Sulthan and the Secretary of CTF Kerala chapter, to receive the first copy. Congratulations, Dr. Grace. Now moving on to the fourth book, we are going to witness the release of an academic pearl titled as An Introduction to Economics of Education, authored by Dr. Bindu. I request Dr. Bindu to please be on the dais. Dr. Bindu is serving as Associate Professor at Archaeologist Training College, Thiruvananthapuram. As an academician, she has participated in a large number of national and international conferences and has presented 75 papers. As an active member of various professional organizations like CTF, CE, and Association of Researchers of Indian Origin, she has contributed a lot to the academic realm. She is also the Joint Secretary of MBO National Chapter. She is associated with UGC Square online projects and especially invite Bishop to release the book. I also invite Dr. J. Sunil to receive the first copy. Next and last, as the final one, we have the release by an eminent academician. Dr. Pradisha Dixit is an illustrious academic professional, having doctoral degree in education, has over 30 years of teaching and administrative experience. Presently, she is the principal at Springfields, Moradabad, Uttar Pradesh. She has presented a lot number of papers at international and national level and is an acclaimed resource person. She is one among the secretaries of CE. Today we are going to see the release of the publication of a doctorate thesis titled Teacher Sensitivity, the Path to Quality Education. I request Dr. V. Shashikumar to release the book. And I also invite Dr. C.K. Babu, Principal, Government College of Teacher Education, Kozhikode, to receive the first copy. A special request to the dignitaries from outside Kerala. You also can join this book release. Outside dignitaries, that is from outside Kerala, please do join the dais. Congratulations to all the versatile authors. Keep growing. Thank you all, congratulations. Next is the newsletter release. The CTF annually published its newsletter, which contains a detailed description of all its programs conducted through its member institution, and also it carries the accomplishment of its members. Regular publication of comprehensive newsletter depicting the description of yearly programs were at national level and received Best Newsletter and Chapter Award for several years. The editor of this newsletter is Dr. Wayanad, who serves as the Publication Secretary of CTF and the Conference Coordinator. Now let's have the release of the newsletter for the year 2021-2022. I humbly invite Bishop to release the newsletter, and I also invite Dr. Puneet Walia, Principal, NC College of Education, Panipat, to receive the first copy. I also invite all the respected dignitaries of CTF to join the dais to receive the copies.
ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വെച്ചാൽ മതി.
Nextly, I will call upon the bishop to convey a few words to us.
Dear friends, it is immense joy and profound gratitude to God that I express our heartfelt gratitude to all the office bearers of CTF on behalf of the recipient of awards. You have taken sufficient time to evaluate all the awardees, and awardees frankly one of the great appreciation for those who have received the award and all those who have received award. I express our heartfelt gratitude and thanks to the office bearers, president, external director, secretaries, director, and all those who are associated with this wonderful association. Secondly, I want to congratulate all those who have written beautiful books. We have released 5 books here, and all our veteran academicians. And I have a special joy to say that one of my students, Dr. Bindu, she took a PhD under me for economics education, and she has released a book, and that's a great joy for me since she is my student. All others are my collaborators and sisters in different ways, and I congratulate all those who have written the book and those who have given chapters for the different publications here. Finally, we have the newsletter of CTF this year, and it is wonderfully designed. It is informative, interactive, and it will give you added support for your intellectual pursuits in the upcoming days. And I congratulate the designers of this CTF medicine or leaflet. And very especially, I welcome and congratulate teachers and academicians coming from the Northeast and Northern India, then Bombay, Bangalore, and outside Kerala. Your presence, we are big fan to them. Your presence is really a blessing for us, and you are welcome to see Wayanad if you are in this spend some time for me. I take this opportunity to congratulate the principal, vice principal, faculty members, and students who have taken sufficient care to arrange this seminar in a beautiful day. Tomorrow I cannot come, now also I have to go. Little early because there is a problem in Wayanad. One of fellow citizens is attacked by a tiger, and we have a meeting to attend, and I have to go there for 4 o'clock. So with your permission, thank you very much for this.
Thank you, respected Bishop, for spending your valuable time with us. The CTF fraternity acknowledge your sincere help and all intellectual support. Thank you.
Teachers College, Tiruvalla, for the felicitation speech.
Respected pre-signing and teacher, respected Dr. Suraj sir, Dr. B. Kumar sir, and Kumar sir, teachers who have come from other universities, teachers from Kerala, participants, and dear students. As we all know that getting an award is not an easy job. It takes some pain and passion. Then only we can get a job, get an award. True teachers are teachers who are devoted to education and particularly in different fields. Success of a person depends on hard work and persistence. With hard work only you can achieve success. When you go to your colleges, your teachers will not appreciate you that you get an award. But if you get an award, you strive hard to get more awards. Then only you can achieve all these awards. I have received most of the awards which has been instituted by the Council for Teacher Education. I am proud to be the first secretary of the Council for Teacher Education. And because I got the best award for the writing number of books, then the award now given by my colleague Dr. Wayanad, I got that award also earlier. Now I am satisfied with the awards because there is no place in my idea to give all these awards, or otherwise I have to consider another idea to give new awards. So I don't need any award as far as concerned. If you give an award, then I will receive that. So teachers, role of the teacher is very important. Role of the teachers. Teacher plays a pivotal role in the building blocks of a human life, human person. You all know the famous quotation that no society can rise above the level of the teachers. Teachers are the main characters which mold a person, which mold his character, mold his life and all other things. Here, the national level, 3 teachers or 3 to 5 teachers were given awards in the state, Kerala State Center. Number of awards was given, and I appreciate all the teachers for getting this award. Teacher has a very role. Teacher should be a guide, mentor, and a motivator for the students. Then only the teacher can progress and do something to the nation. With these few words, let me conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of appreciation. The more you practice the art of appreciation, the more you are thankful for the wonders around us. I invite Dr. K.P. Kumar, Secretary, CTF Kerala, and Principal, Devadi Amma Memorial College of Education, Kozhikode, for the words of admiration.
Thank you. Most Reverend Bishop of Sulthan Bathery, Dr. Joseph Mark Thomas, and the prestigious award winner of this year, and our President, Dr. Grace and Matthew, and the dignitaries on and off the dais, and the delegates, and my dear friends, students of this college. I am very happy to stand before you to felicitate some words on this auspicious occasion of the inaugural session and the international seminar. Council for Teacher Education is conducting many kinds of seminars, classes and workshops all over the Kerala. And out of Kerala also, in spite of the natural calamities of flood or pandemic. And it helps many teachers to come to the forefront excel themselves and the nation will grow with their explorations. This year also, the council can conduct the international seminar in connection with this annual convention. This helps many teachers to be grow up with the Council for Teacher Education. I know that it is high time for lunch, and I am not taking much time. And I use this opportunity to congratulate the organizers, especially Dr. Anil Kumar, principal of this college, and his team, the students and teachers of this team, for connecting, wonderfully organizing this seminar. Thank you very much. We know that Wayanad is a very remote area, and it is very far from our capital, Trivandrum. Even though we can conduct this seminar in a wonderful, successful manner here, I think it is the tireless effort, not only by the Basilius College team, but also the timely support of the tireless effort from the office bearers of the CTE team. And I use this opportunity to congratulate all of them uh, to be here and conducting such a seminar in Wayanad district. I also congratulate the award winners who bagged the prestigious awards of CTE, Kerala Chakra Awards, and also the awards of the Southern region. And I think it will help them uh, to be more vigilant in their duties and help them to all come forward and be great teachers, inspiring teachers of the nation. I once again extend my sincere gratitude to each one of the persons who have done their effort to make this seminar a great success. Uh, thank you very much. I quote AIB said words, no nation can go beyond the level of its teachers. Please bear in mind these words. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the great words of appreciation. Anything and everything should begin with a word of prayer and end with a word of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude brings great things. I invite Dr. Rajeshwari K, the organizing and General Secretary of CTF, and the dynamic pillar who spearheads all the duties with a pleasant smile to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected chairperson and all dignitaries on and off the dais. As I stand here today, I am immensely proud of this great academic and 21st annual convention and annual convention of Council for Teacher Education Foundation, CTF Kerala, and International Conference on Transdisciplinary Approaches, Global Trends in Education, Research and Development. It is jointly organized by CTF Kerala and MBCE College of Education, Sulthan Bathery in collaboration with KSHEC C and is certainly a cheerfulness of success. As we are proceeding towards the end of the inaugural program of the convention and conference, I am bound to thank each and everyone who has contributed in making this event a success as well as event come true. I would endeavor, and all the support and cooperation. Thank you, Dr. E. Anil Kumar, on behalf of CPF. I would like to express my earnest gratitude to Dr. Grace Annie Matthews, the chairperson of CPF Kerala and general convener. She is a personality of immense dedication to her work, and her role in this task is invaluable. Thank you so much. I would like to express my thanks to Dr. M.S. Geeta, the conference director and vice chairperson of CPF Kerala, for taking the pains to efficiently conduct this conference and for her commitment and sincere efforts. Thank you, Director. Every new beginning can be successful only with the grace of God. We are deeply indebted to Right Reverend Dr. Joseph Mark Thomas, the Bishop of Sulthan Bathery Diocese and the patron of CTF Kerala, for his blessings and valuable contributions to CTF Kerala as well as the world of education. Thank you. Thank you very much, Pita. I thank Professor Dr. Bertie Phillips of Buckland University of Applied Sciences, Austria, for the keynote address. I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. B.M. Shashi Kumar, actually one of the backbone of CTF Kerala, then Dr. H. Rajan sir, former Dean Faculty of Education, Calcutta University, and Dr. T.K. Matthews sir, one of the vice chairman of CTF Kerala, Dr. A.P. Anil Kumar, Secretary of CTF Kerala, for their contributions in this event. I also thank Dr. Rajan Murthy sir, Member Secretary of Higher Education, for making this event a grand success by providing us an online speech. I would like also to take this opportunity to thank the session in charge of CTF Awards, Dr. Anwarke, the in charge of the event of presentation of CTF India South Zone Awards, Dr. M.S. Geeta teacher, and all other officials and students who had made that particular event of this program a grand success. Thank you. And I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the award winners. I would like to congratulate all the all the city life members and all the beloved resource persons outside Kerala who had released the book and also who bagged many awards. Congratulations as well as thank you for your presence. Actually, your presence is a blessing, especially those resource persons and delegates outside Kerala. Then I also thank Dr. Nimi Maria Umen, who led the session of release of newsletter as well as research volumes and books. And Nimi Maria Umen is the editor of the newsletter as well as she is comparing and you are also watching and you are experiencing her expertise in that particular event. Thank you, Nini, for your valuable presence as well as valuable dedication. Then I would also like to put on record my sincere gratitude towards all the esteemed dignitaries who extended felicitations and also we have many other delegates and many other dignitaries from the various departments of universities of Kerala. I also to all students and faculties of this institution who toiled hard on and off the stage for making this event a memorable one. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you, one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, Rajeshwari ma'am. Our sincere gratitude to you.
That is the same thing I would like to say. So how can we leave this call without giving thanks to Dr. Rajeshwari, organizing secretary and general secretary of this session. So we express a sincere gratitude to Dr. Rajeshwari for all the things you have given to organize this brilliant and wonderful event.
The journey is never ending. There is always going to be growth, improvement, and adversity. You just have to take it all in and do what is right. Continue to grow and live in the moment because the future belongs to those who believe in great dreams. I request all the dignitaries to give a big clap to the Bathery fraternity because of their tireless effort and sincere dedication for this international conference. This clap is not enough. We have to be one more big clap. Thank you. Now we shall break for the lunch and we shall be back at 1:45 p.m. Thank you one and all. The afternoon session will start at 1:45 p.m. Thank you.